Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight, good folks. We trust that you are well. We trust that you are great. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from this evening. Happy to be here with you guys. All the technicians on duty, do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Do let us know if you're reading us loud and clear. Great to see you folks. How are you doing? We got the fight card set and we ready to go, good folks. We fired up and be ready to go. Fired up, good folks, and ready to go. It's where you all there. It's only y'all missing. Where you all there, good people. Do let us know where you all there, where you all be, where you all at. Folks, let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Phyllis Gray is on duty. Phyllis says we're hearing loud and clear. And we have also Sukhchan Sudhari on duty. Sukhchan says hearing loud and clear. Oh, we're delighted about that. We are ecstatic about that. Sukhchan Sudhari and all of the other folks joining us. Folks, we got the fight card set. It's only you good folks missing. It's only y'all missing. But rock and come in. Rock and come in. We are happy, delighted, as we said, to have each and every one of you here with us, good folks. Nothing but happy to have you wonderful folks with us. Delighted, happy, 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 happy to have you beautiful folks. Wherever you're joining us from, folks like Charles Nelson, good to have you, Nigel Polidor. Good to have you as well, and Valletta Klein. Alana Tang, Port Kaituma is in the house. Great to see you people. We are happy to have you here. Pace and power, boots on the ground. Delighted, we say. Delighted, delighted, delighted to have each and every one of you here with us. Guys, we're happy. You're great. We are happy that you are well. Wherever you're joining us from, rock and come in. Pace, pace, pace and power. Pace and power, good folks. Happy that you guys are here with us. Pace, pace, pace and power. Great to have. Share the live, good folks. Smash that emoji button as well, good people. Wherever you all are joining us from, we're just ensuring at our end now that we are shared on all the credible and valid pages. Share the live. We're set. We're fired up at this end, good folks. And we are ready to go. Much like you folks, holding for some of y'all. We know some of y'all slow on the draw. Slow on the draw. So we're holding it over for some of you good folks. Only because we love y'all, you know. Only because we love y'all. We're holding it over. But good to have each and every one of you on the live, good folks. On the live. Good to have you folks on the live. Great to have you. Wilma Grant and Charles Nelson. Pace and power. Good to have you, Cheryl. Great to have you as well. And Mavis Davis Wells and all the other folks who are joining us. We're happy and we are delighted that you beautiful, wonderful folks, that you all are here with us. We are nothing short of happy and delighted that you folks are here with us. Nothing short of that. Great to have you. We set at this end, pace and power, and we're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to have a go look. Look some of what we're following tonight, good folks. Look some of what we are following. Rowena Cummins, we see you there, Rowena, and the other folks who are joining us. Some information coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. Yep. Some information coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. I am top left. And then this young woman and her daughter that you see there are some chicken trials. Some chicken trials. With that, we talk about that. We got some additional information on that young man by the Takatu Bridge, Region 9, folks. And then we know the whole thing. Yep. We know the whole thing. The Mars saga, brutal murder of Sir Mars. Got some additional information on that front. And then chicken. Local chicken, is it? Like the first thing for buy local, though. Hazel Chase. Like they're forcing us to buy local. Is it so? Margaret Morris, I feel a little bit like they're forcing us to buy local. Huh? Is it so? Maureen and all the other folks who are joining us, I feel a little bit like we're getting forced. Buy or else. Is that what we're seeing here? Dan Gravesandi. Julian Mars is here as well. Good to see you, Julian and Cheryl Mulrain and Celestine Kite and Glenn Anderson, Jolly Anderson, the whole family, the whole Anderson is here. Ayabo says local is best. Which local, Ayabo? The local by your end or the local by this end? Which local? Rick B. Joan, Celestine, Shauna, Heather. Heather, good to see you there. Good to see Hazel as well, all the H's. Lisa, Remy, and Rhonda Spencer Thorne. Good to see you guys on a Friday night. We're fired up and ready to go. And those of you who know the program know by heart, we'll be going now. Yesterday in a press conference by the PNCR. Marvin Williams, who used to be advisor on Indigenous Affairs, he had a few thoughts to share with the public about some things that are happening in our indigenous communities. There's not things you can read on NCN and DPI and read the Chronicle. You ain't gonna see it there. Right? And you all see all the fight is on. You would think this press association, the GPA, the Ghana Press Association, you would think those elections is general and regional. You know, Jagdeo out here campaigning for Neil Marks, wanting to control the press association, everything they want to control. Right? You don't see those things making the wrongs. And similarly, some of what Marvin Williams spoke about, you do not see making the wrongs. John Stewart and Tessa, good to have you folks here. And Jelly Abrams and Karen, good to have you. And Dennis Booker, Gisela Roman, good to have you as well, Gisela. I ain't see a name for a long while pop up, but I hope you're great, Gisela. Ayabo and Rhonda and all the other folks joining us. Some very, very important information that Marvin Williams shared with us. We want to share with you. We want to circle back to that. And that's the opener tonight. We want to circle back there. Folks, take a look. Take a look and take a listen.
Petition dated the 7th of February 2023 was lodged at the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs on the 13th of February. That petition calls for the removal of the Tushawan Village Council, the entire village council. And it has to do with accountability issues. The caption of that petition is, petition for the immediate removal of Tushawan councillors of Wakapau Village Council on the grounds that they failed to carry out their duties and functions in accordance with the Amerindian Act of 2006 and for gross mismanagement of the village funds and an audit into all financial records and projects undertaken by the current Tushawan Village Council since the beginning of their term. Now, the Amerindian Act prescribes that upon receipt of such a petition, the minister is required within 30 days to signal to the village council, to the village, whether the minister believes that there is merit enough in this petition to warrant the establishment of an investigating committee and launching an investigation with a view to establishing the veracity of the petition. In 2 days, it'll be 3 months since this petition was lodged with the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. The minister has never communicated to the village her position with respect to this petition. I will make available to the media a copy of the petition. It is very, very serious, and it involves a lot of money. But pinned to this inaction by the minister is the protection of the Tushaw, who is a PPP activist and who is a nominee, a PPP nominee through the National Tushaws Council for membership on the Indigenous Peoples Commission. And so Minister Sukai seeks to protect this Tushaw from scrutiny so that this Tushaw can eventually take up a seat at a very important constitutional commission. And then there is Monkey Mountain in Region 8, where projects, the people of this village wrote to the minister 2 years ago, complaining about mismanagement, complaining about mishandling of revenues. Look, $10 million in COVID grant was handed over to the Tushaw. The Tushaw took that COVID relief and without reference to the village council, the village general meeting, or anyone, proceeded to buy a truck, which he told the village costed $7 million. I sold a truck like that for $2 million the other day, in better condition. $7 million. And the remaining $3 million, he has given no accountability for it. And again, Minister Pauline Sukai is protecting a PPP activist from scrutiny. This Tushao bought a pickup using village funds. Never told the village that he was going to do so. Just shows up in the village with a pickup and says, I bought this from the money that the village council got. And this begs the question, why is Minister Pauline Sukai protecting these people? Why she herself continues to violate their rights on the one hand, and the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act in MADIA, as I pointed out earlier, on the other hand. But then goes out there and says that the government has no authority, correctly so, to issue mining permits for persons to mine within titled indigenous lands. Minister Sukai needs to do her job. She needs to go revisit the government decision in Marudi and the government's decision in Chinese Landing to award mining rights on indigenous lands and lands that indigenous peoples have rights to and have applied for as extension. I want to leave these matters with the media, and I undertake to get the petition out so that you can further interrogate this issue in your own time. Petition.
Yep, Marvin know them boys ain't easy. He knows that. He know the folks, they're not easy at all. So you got the protected ones. Protected incompetence. Robbing the Guyanese people. Thieving out the Guyanese people money. But they can do their biddings good. Maybe some of them get a little kickback too from it. And so they are protected. Hung at the casino. Got all manner of businesses built off of the public coffers. Built off of the taxes that you and I pay, and they're going to be protected. We want to thank Marvin Williams for highlighting that for us. You see so many things happening Central. So many things going on Central. Lisa, Remy, Sheila Boy Child. We tend to forget some of those things that are happening in the indigenous community, and we don't look at them as much as we should. So really want to thank Marvin Williams, former member of parliament, former advisor to the government of Guyana, for keeping us on track. Debbie Hohencourt with some of those things. Edward and Melanie, Colleen, we're grateful for you folks out there too, you know, who keep showing up every time we have these programs. We're thankful for you. Destiny Smith, Eshar Williams, and Debbie, Eudina Estrado, and all the other folks joining us. Respect and manners. Moving on, good folks. Moving on. Look some of what we're following internationally. Look some of what we're following. North California, they're telling us had a 5.5 magnitude earthquake. You can tell California care about the spirits. They care about the wine and the rum. That's the photograph they put up. Right? They said they didn't have a lot of damages. Thanks be to God. They had minor damages. Thanks be to God. 5.5 magnitude earthquake, Northern California. Yep. Miss Jordan, is this run by you side? Is this run by you? Angela, is this run by your side? California side? Hope everything is well. 5.2 Petula boys. Debbie Hohencourt. Carol, 5.2 on the Richter scale. They say use a Richter scale. Yeah, look this one here. This story, hot. Family went out to McDonald's to have a bite. They bought some chicken McNuggets. Is that the name of it? McDonald's. And as the little girl was eating the chicken, or attempting to eat it, a piece fell on her foot. 3rd-degree burns. Third-degree burns. Well, the court ruled against McDonald's. They got to pay the people. They got to pay the people. So, sorry, second-degree burns. Yeah, when in doubt, refer to the notes. Second-degree burns. Yep. You know, what struck me here is I eat chicken all the time from some places. Burn up me mouth all the time. I never thought once. Never thought once. The folks give me some ideas now. Sometimes the chickens be hot, you know. You ever buy a chicken from the place? You know, really nice with you. You bust it up. Oh, you gotta drop it back quick. Well, the chicken fell on the girl's leg. Second-degree burns. The mother took them to court. They've been found liable. Yeah, chicken McNuggets. Chicken McNuggets. A wonderful system they can put in there. You know, because some people, we like the chicken hot. You want to go in a place, eat no cold chicken. You know, you might get a little microwave outside and say, heat it up yourself. Heat it up yourself. And I can see both sides of this. We can see both sides of this. Yeah, heat it up yourself. C.C. Lewis, Carl Hudson, Sharon Alfonso Evans, how you eat your chicken? How you eat your chicken? Wrong by y'all. Heat it up yourself. You see? Heat it up yourself. Grace Noel says, vote up. No. You know, Grace, you're different, you know. You can see those, what you call it, a mime or meme, depends on which school you went to. You can see no one, colon, then you see Grace. Vote up. No. You can tell Grace is one of those very effervescent, always on the chat kind of person. Political activist, political junkie extraordinaire. Vote up. No. You know, Carl Williams says, hot chicken. I can do the piece of chicken now that I talking. I can do the piece of chicken right now. That I talking. We gotta grab a piece on the way home. Glenford Gordon and all the other folks. Isabella Butters. Good to have you. Moving on, folks. Moving on. Bring it in from around the region. Take a piece of chicken now. The thing now is sinking in. Chicken McNuggets. Anyone? Minerva. Candy the lead and legit. Like that little chicken tongue there. You know, set off Candy. Set off Candy. You know, Candy come in, busting big laugh. Sheila Boy Child, Jenny, Jennifer Griffith. Good to see you. Horace Calder, Sukhchan Sudhari, all our favorite folks. Great to see you, folks. Enid Miggins is here as well. Great to see Enid. So many things we're following, folks, around the region. Trinidad, dangerous as hell. You know, people say a brazen murder of one Anderson Krabby Ross in St. Helena. Broad daylight, they said the man was gunned down. You know, that's the car there with all the bullets hole. Gunned down. Yep. Broad daylight. It's the brazenness. And it's not only in Trinidad. Don't let me fool myself. It's happening right here. It's the brazenness. It's the impunity with which them boys are acting. You know, without, you know, any remorse, any inhibitions. Policemen himself. Sure what them police are doing just now. Harassing vendors, breaking down stalls. You call to police, you can't get none of them. 500 of them up at Providence today. Busting down stalls. Wicked, stinking, dirty. We know we got some good professional policemen and women out there. You know, I wish our brothers and sisters in uniform would have the courage to say, Jagdeo, there's a stupid instruction they're giving you. Stop oppressing poor people, bitch. I with some of y'all would just, you know, but I understand. Y'all got families, y'all got eat bread. What have you? But we don't have to carry out illegal instructions. Right? Jennifer Griffith said it. You call him now. You hear a little rustle outside. We got vehicles. But 500 vehicles could descend down there on the vendors of Providence. We can circle back to that. So it's not only in Trinidad, folks. You have all this brazenness happen right here. Diane, Avril, right here, Yvonne. Colleen Isaacs, right from the corner. It happening. Folks, share the live as you're there. Smash that emoji button. Moving on. In the 592, just like that. In the 592, Trinidad on fire, you know. And Trinidad had oil long before us. Long before us. And you can tell, you know, increasing wealth don't eliminate certain social ills. If anything, they amplify them. They magnify them. If anything, they multiply them. So don't think all the social ills will just go away because we're pumping little oil now. Don't think so. Loretta Argyle, thank you for that contribution live. Thank you, Loretta, for that. On our YouTube channel, in the comment section, there's a $sign. If you hit that $sign, take it to Never Never Land and tell you how you can contribute to our program. Thanks, Loretta Argyle. And also Colette Kroll. Colette, thanks for your contribution as well. Via the same medium. YouTube in the comment section is a $sign. You hit that. It'll tell you where to go. Thank you so much, Colette. Thank you so much, Loretta. Thank you, folks. We're in the 592, folks. We're in the 592. Anthony Jarvis and Jennifer Griffith. All the other folks, we in the 5 of the 9 of the 2. Folks, there's no other country on earth like Guyana. None. I submit. None. You know? Folks are telling us some people in prayer meeting right now on a Friday night. And one night on the screen, got one of the earbuds in and listen. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Render unto God what is his. Folks, I did prayer meetings on Friday night for years. For years. For years. You know, I was telling a colleague earlier, and I want to put in some more. Yep. Deborah Sharona Lynch, we see you there as well. We see you. Out front parts, 592's in the house. Linda Booker, Sion Thomas, is Sion or Sion? Deborah Sharona Lynch, Gwyneth, Facebook users, and all the other folks joining us. Great to see you folks out there on this Friday night. It's a cold Friday night at our end. But we're going to persevere. We're going to push forward. Look, some of the issues we're following, good folks. Some of the issues we're following, we tell you, but spiraling crime. We ain't got Trinidad. We got it right here. We got it right here. Jennifer Fraser, thanks for that contribution as well via our YouTube channel. In the comment section, Jennifer smashed on that $sign and has made a contribution to our broadcast. That's certainly going to keep us going. Thank you so much, Jennifer, Loretta, and thank you as well, Colette. Yeah, thank you, folks. Yeah, showing off yourself now. Rosamond David, Irwin Don Cook, and all the other folks. Spiraling crime. I'm certain everybody in Guyana knows somebody who's been affected by crime. You know, or you know somebody in criminal activities. That's the other side of it too. Right? You know somebody in the criminal activities. Watch yourselves. Watch yourself. Pollyanna Shocks, good to see you there. Claire Alexis Charmley, great to see you as well. But look what we're following, folks. I don't know why Robeson just don't resign. You know, just resign. Go about your business, just resign. Remember we told you about that body under the Takatu Bridge? There in Region 7. Well, you know, it's a teen. Young man, 17 years of old. Gerald's son, Joseph. Gerald's son, mother milk still in the face. We saw right in one of our indigenous community was at Aishalton this week. We saw a 17-year-old remanded for murder. You see what happened with our young people? That's why me knock in prayer. Because when politicians can't solve, God can solve. You see? And I've learned by my faith, what is impossible with man is possible with God. Our young people who should be in some theater all now, you know, you finish a good week at high school or tertiary education, you finish a song week and you can relax now. You can watch little Netflix or something. No, they gotta be navigating the court system. Look how half of their life, gonna be wasted away. We gotta fight for our kids. Beatrice Selby, Deborah Clark, Lisa and Ayabo, we gotta fight for these young people. 17 years old, and he's found bound, hand and feet, braced up to a concrete wall under the Takatu Bridge in Region 9. That's how he ends his life. So much promise, so many possibilities. But they got folks in giving our young people a chance and influencing them badly. And you see, some things gotta be apolitical. A couple things could be apolitical. Sharon Alfonso, Andrew Griffith. We could say we're fighting over these things, right? And like issues like this. But in a sense, we gotta fight over them. We gotta fight for children. We gotta fight for kids. 17 years old. You start living yet? And here is this young man, his body is found, his hands are bound, his feet bound. Somebody ended his life. F4, Tessa, Russia, life in the 592. Yep. Thoughts and prayers go to his family, Gerald, son Joseph. Could imagine the villages there, the communities that knew him, weeping and wailing at the thought of what could have been. Who knows? Perhaps Gerald's son could have finished and fixed some of the problems we have in our society currently. Who knows? Gone too soon. Thoughts and prayers with the family. Don't know what he was involved in. Don't know what he could have been involved in at 17. But they found them bound. Out front part said them boys come back. It's true. They come back. They come back. Moving on, good folks. Did we capture it? Father, have his mercies. That's where we ball out when we can. We ain't got nothing else. When we've come to the end of our hoarded resources, I just quoted a hymn there for the sure some of you pick it up. When we come to the end of our hoarded resources, Father, have his mercies. When you see some of the trials and tribulations, the purgatory and confusion powder, what else can you say? Police probing the death tonight of Rowan Casey, 37-year-old minor. Every day, a little 2x4 country, there are about 40 of us here, and people dropping down. People dropping down. But here's what they're telling us about this. They're investigating Rowan Casey's death. He died at Eureka River, one of the tributaries, they tell us, in the Cuyuni, Mazaruni region in Region 7. They say that he would trouble with seizures. He would have seizures from time to time, but they don't know if this was one of those occasions. He would experience bouts of seizures regularly, they say. And he was working at the time in the place employed with Simeon Seafort as a pitman in Oban Bagdam. They say around 5 hours yesterday, or rather on Wednesday, he went to the general manager, right, and he asked for a flight to take him to Georgetown since he was feeling unwell. And around 6 hours, the general manager of the camp he was working at left with him via boat towards Koraya airstrip. While on their way, and about 15 minutes from the airstrip, Casey began gasping for breath and told John he was unable to breathe. The general manager reports that he suddenly leaned forward, became motionless. He suddenly leaned forward, became motionless, and he was observed drooling from his mouth. And that is it. That is it. If the story is to be believed, that is it. Just like that. Just like that. A great poet, Don John, says, never seek to know for whom the bell is tolled, it tolls for thee. You know, that's why we got to live a certain way. Ready every day. Ready every day. Ready every day. Yep. Our thoughts are with Rowan Casey and his family and friends and loved ones. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Life in the 592, folks. Life in the 592. That's how it's going down. You know, you ever heard the thing, Guyana is not a real place? You ever heard that? It's not a real place. Folks, you know, it's one thing. It's one thing when, you know, some people putting on the connections, right? It's one thing when people put on the connections. When GPL people themselves doing the illegal connections, that's quite something else. It's quite something else. Here, how Kaitro News put it. It is not unusual for the Ghana Power and Light Company to disconnect the service of customers who fail to punctually pay their light bill. However, Gloria Edwards, 82, a resident of Crane on the west coast of Demerara, found herself in the middle of a bizarre situation with the power company and one of its staffers that has left her confused and worried. She said, with no relief in sight, the woman is now accusing GPL of failing to hold one of its male employees accountable for placing an illegal connection to a property that she currently rents to someone at Crane. Illegal connection, right? The woman said that GPL disconnected the lights twice from the house. And within hours, the man who has some sort of relationship with my tenant, name provided, turn up and connect back the lights illegally. Folks. And these stories, these narratives you hear, this is Guyana. Oh, yes. So when GPL clock out, GPL clock in. When GPL clock out, GPL clocks in. Folks, there is nowhere on earth like Guyana. None. And I wouldn't trade it. You know, these stories are so serious. They become humorous. And they help to, with our health, keeping the blood pressure down and so on. You know? So GPL go and turn up the lights, and GPL come and put it on back illegally. Michaela Andrew Coates, thanks for that donation as well, Michaela. Michaela is on YouTube. She went in the comment section. She see the dollar sign. She pressed the emoji. She pressed the button. She made a contribution to her program. Thanks, Michaela. The boy put on back the lights. Andrew Griffiths again is the best country on earth. It's the best. Isaac David says, oh, beautiful Guyana. It's gone by so fast. Did I capture it right? Oh, my beautiful, oh, my Guyana. Oh, my sweet, sweet Guyana. Oh, yes. That's what he said. Guyana nice bad. Him in my Govaya voice. Guyana nice bad. Rhoda Gordon. Yeah. She said the man got a relationship with your tenant. And when GPL cut off the light, he go put it on back. How dare GPL? There's like Jagdeo with the judge. How dare Sandal? He know hard this girl is work. When this girl come home from work, she must find light. He can do what? Cut off she light. He know how she's work. Yeah? Cutting off people like loose language. Ghana is the greatest country on earth. Greatest. And we love it. We love it. Love it. We know the whole story. We know the whole thing. We know the whole thing. We know the whole thing. Folks, circling back to that. Sir Corin Mars, brutal murder saga. The relatives of Brian Richards, the man accused of murdering Mars, said he's innocent. He has a wife. The wife showed up and said he was home at the time. The wife said, Brian Richard, is not injured in any way. She said again, when she went to carry food for him today, she asked him to lift up his clothes. And he has no injury. She said even the clothes he had on the 19th question, ain't got no blood. His shoes ain't got no blood. Right? B meant. That's the name. Thanks for your contribution as well on YouTube. Y'all really showing up yourselves tonight. Thanks for your contribution as well. B meant. Went to our comment section on our YouTube channel. Credible sources. That's the platform on YouTube channel. That's the name of the channel. Credible sources in the comment section in our live. You can only do it when we're live. That's the downside, and the platform allows you to do that. When the programs are live, you can make a contribution like that. Thank you. So the wife said it's not him, right? She said himself, Brian, and another individual and Mars were at a bar on Durban Street. It is. They were at a bar on Durban Street, hanging out. The 19th question. Mars dropped Brian home, and she said that the CCTV cameras of John Finance, I think they live down there in Plastic City, somewhere in that area there by John Finance on Mandela Avenue on the back road. She said if the police examine those cameras, if they examine those cameras, they will see. They will see. If they only examine those cameras, they will see when he was dropped off. She said he's not injured in any way. And the reports were that, both of the persons in that vehicle, the fateful night, Sir Marx met his end. The report suggested that the occupant of that vehicle with Mars, they were stabbing each other. And Mars was stabbed 8 times. They said there were blood leading away from the scene, which to them was an indication that whoever was the attacker was also injured. The fellow said he's not injured, he's innocent. And they don't know nothing but any confession, because hear this part. They said they don't know anything about a confession and any signed confession, because the family, the sister now, Brian Richard's sister, says her brother can't read. So she don't understand what statement he could have read and signed to. So this story now got a lot of dynamics. We used to have lawyer, senior counsel in our books, Nigel Hughes, in our program, and we'll have him some more. And he always says to us, don't write confession and so on. Don't get excited over it. When you see conviction, he have confession, and police said he confessed. He took responsibility. Now the family said they know nothing but that. They know nothing but no confession and so on. Yep. Somebody said the plot thickens, Bantu King. Says, and the plot thickens. Roy Hughes. Roy, thanks for your contribution. Oh, I can really show off yourself today. Like we can build this studio tomorrow. Bless God. Like we can build it tomorrow. Thanks be to God. He don't come. He sent. Yeah, so the plot thickens indeed. The plot thickens indeed. Sir Mars is scheduled to be interred on Monday. Who was the other person then? Because the wife said that Brian and somebody else were with Mars at a bar on Durban Street. Who was the other person then? That's interesting. That is interesting. As a matter of fact, we know the whole thing. The wife asked the husband, she said, "Is who you holding out for?" He said, "You holding out for nobody." Yep. She says she asked him, "Who you holding out for?" Who you holding out for, Brian? In addition to that, You see? In addition to that, the wife said she doesn't know how Brian knew Sir Mars. They were out drinking, well, socializing. Let's put it that way. Don't want to add more to the story than is there. They were out socializing. Brian, another individual, and Sir Mars. The wife said she don't know how he knows Sir Mars, but Mars dropped him home. And if the police would only look at the CCTV cameras from that area where John Fernandez is, he should be able to corroborate that the fella was dropped off home. So who is the third person? Who is the mystery man? Right? Who is the mystery person? Who is the third person? She said she asked him, who are you holding out for? This is the wife. Who are you holding out for? He said, I ain't holding out for nobody. Who is the third person? The plot thickens. You got it right. In addition to that, Mars' brother said the family is hurting. But this part touched me. He said, we forgive the young man. Right? He said, we got to move on with our lives. And we forgive the young man. That touched me. I know some of you are carrying it to your graves, you know. But not this family. You know? Not this family. They're touching the things of the world lightly. They say we forgive him. We still hurting. They say what the court decides to do is the court business. The law got to take its course. But Sir Mars' brother, Leon Mars, he said his family has forgiven Brian Richard, the man who is charged with his murder. Right? He said we forgive him. We're still hurting, Leon Mars says. Everybody knows Sir Mars. He was very popular in education and in the theater. He didn't deserve to die in that way, Leon Mars said. Nevertheless, we have to bring closure. And as I've said before, one way of bringing closure to this whole matter is that we have to forgive. And so my family has forgiven the young man. This is Leon Mars talking here. Our family has forgiven the young man. We have to forgive the young man so that we can move on with our lives. Whatever happens in the courts, well, that's a matter for the law. We have no control over that. But for our side, we want to move on. And Leon Mars is Sir Mars' younger brother. I know some of you kind of to your grave, folks. You want to make it to heaven or not? You see what I'm telling you? I can make it. So mean kind of the baggage of some people with me. Some people you carried there with you. You look over before your time, worn out, wash out, pull down. Leon Mars says, we forgive him. Jennifer, John Baines, he said the court got to do what the court got to do. We ain't involved in the law got to do what the law got to do. But as a family, we got to move on. Right? We still in the land of the living. Recognizing his brother made an indelible contribution. You know, they can murder the body, you can't murder a man's legacy. You could try. So they got to move on as a family. I find that so heartening, so touching. You know, some of you, somebody robbed you $100 20 years ago, you still hold on to that. You know, some old shooting you left in the will, you still hold on to that. Marlene, say we still hurting as a family. We said we forgive him. We got to move on. Yep. Real thing. They got to come from a solid place, you know. Right? They got to come from a solid place. Real solid place. Them boys. Think them boys easy? They ain't easy. Look, story here. You see the They're telling us, look, story here in this crime-ridden country, right? A young woman raped. The boyfriend ran away. Folks, they didn't give a lot of details in this story. They said they were sitting in a vehicle, like somewhere close to where they live, or they had just come home, you know? And some men pounced on them. The boyfriend, Usain Bolt, said the police are conducting an investigation into this disturbing incident in which a woman was allegedly raped by 2 armed men after her boyfriend fled the scene, leaving her to fend for herself. Right? One of the suspects, Brian Singh, appeared before senior magistrate Leron Daly, the Georgetown Magistrates Court, charged with 2 counts of robbery. He admitted to the charges and he was sentenced to 4 years on each count. Right? They said the couple had just returned home and were sitting in their car when they were approached by Singh and another man with a knife. The victim's boyfriend reportedly fled the scene, leaving her alone. The 2 men robbed the woman of her valuables, ransacked the car. She was then allegedly raped by the men. Boyfriend run away. You see? She better run away now. Oren Barker, she better run away now. Cheryl Grant, Dennis Miller, she better run away now. She better run away now. You know, like you see some men saying, what sense it make they rape both of us? He ran away and left the woman he living with. Right? Folks, it is not where people stand in times of comfort. Who said that? It's Churchill. That determines what they are made of. You know, it's in moments of adversity, Candy. And Lisa, then you know the real people, the real boyfriend. He ran away and left her. Real story, no, this is locally. They said the men raped her. One of them serving, I don't know if the sentences are running concurrently. They didn't say that, but they said on the 2 counts of robbery, he was given 4 years each. Yeah, it's dangerous out there. Could you imagine that? They meet home, you know. They're outside in the car. Could you imagine that? They're in Timbuktu. And how these things don't make Jagdeo's press conferences, I don't know. Some people dep on it though. Some people dep on it. Just the other day, was it the GCI early? Private Sector Commission. Was it the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce or the Private Sector Commission? Oh, they said people find it hard, businessmen find it hard to access money and so on. They were making reference to the local content policy that didn't serve them well. You know, I don't know if the private sector, if they got all the comparing notes, but Mr. Ramsey Ali, the president of the Ghana Manufacturing and Services Association, he's a Guyanese business confident. You know, he's adamant that the private sector businesses are poised for success. That's what he said. But at least a month ago, right here we saw, I think it was when Tucker was debating office, he said he wished there was more that he could do because the businesses getting problems accessing finance locally. That's what he said. Something to that effect. So when we saw Ramsey, he confident man, businesses are poised for success. Yeah, that's a quick turnaround. And it's not the first time, that's the thing, that we've heard that kind of thing come out in the private sector, that they're having challenges. You remember when Ali went to abuse them up about all the things he's doing for them, and they're lazy, and he brings somebody and never carry some report, and I didn't carry this, I didn't carry that, they're lazy and so on. Tucker was saying they're having a challenge accessing capital. I'm saying everything nice, the points for success. I don't know. They got to get the ducks lined up in a row. They have to get the ducks lined up in a row. Signs of the times. Signs of the times. They're telling us this is the Ghana Livestock Development Authority, they put a ban on imported poultry. Remember, I was telling y'all a ban on imported poultry. Yep, the Ghana Livestock Development Authority. They declare that it will no longer allow importation of poultry or poultry products due to sanitary and other conditions. Right? They're saying that anyone found in contradiction of this notice will be prosecuted in accordance with the laws of Guyana. Yep, they said that they are watching, I think is it bird flu, right? They said they're watching the spread of bird flu in the Americas, and the ban is a matter of national security. National security, folks. I don't know. Whenever, the government say one thing, you just got to think something else. Because it's usually something else. So this livestock authority is a department of the government. Ghana Livestock Development Authority is a part of it. When they say run, you got to sprint. Don't think you got jogging, sitting outside the house in a car talking. That could be detrimental to you. So this is because of the spread of bird flu in the Americas. That's part of the reason why they're banning the importation of chicken. We gotta watch that. Right? Bantu King says chicken price will now double. Well, you're onto something there. You're onto something there. You see that? Do we have enough to supply the local market? Bantu says chicken price will double. Right? Chicken price will double. Well, we're going to watch that. We're going to watch that. Wicked, stink, and dirty. How you know them? Wicked, stink, and dirty. Now, the Ghana Press Association has stated, I saw all kinds of reports swirling out there. The Ghana Press Association put out a report today. That says that its electoral process has integrity. And it says its members have agreed on the way forward. I saw something out of the trash newspapers, Ghana Times, saying how 10 media houses, they name the media houses, 10 media houses signed some petition for the list of electors. This is not for the general regional elections, This is for the Ghana Press Association. Right? They want the list. Right? They want the list to be made public. Now the Press Association said about 110 persons on this list. That's what this big fight is over, Right? Listen to this piece of reporting out of Village Voice. Right? Listen to this piece of reporting out of Village Voice. Village Voice says that on Thursday, yesterday, the GPA, the Ghana Press Association, unanimously reaffirmed the names of 110 members eligible to vote. 110. Right? This is what Jagdeo gets himself wound up over. Forgetting Neil Marks as the president of the GTA. 110 eligible members reaffirmed. Right? Reaffirmed. Ronald Burt Smith, attorney at law, is the returning officer. Listen to this. According to the body, right, it says it is not releasing the names because they want to preserve confidentiality of those who requested their membership remain confidential prior to the elections. The entire process was discussed openly. The statement said the entire process was discussed openly and frankly by the executive, and no concern were raised about the integrity of the process. The Times saying 10 media houses want a list of 110 names released. And tonight, as we were coming on, we learned that Boardness is carrying the GTA to court. That's some information we saw from NCN. Boardness carrying the GTA to court. Some folks said Boardness is not even part of the GTA. You mean the PPP couldn't even find a bona fide journalist? to do their bidding. Yeah? You couldn't even find a real journalist to do the bidding. You had to find a fake journalist. You couldn't even find a proper journalist. And I said this publicly today. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Why Neil Marks didn't pick up the challenge? You see? But they like backdoor too much. They like backdoor too much. Neil Marks should have the gumption to pick up the challenge and take the GTA to court. And if he's not in this madness, then he ought to say that publicly, that he's no part of this foolishness to come through the back door. You mean people couldn't find one proper journalist? Yeah? To put a name on a court matter? But this is how they do business. You find somebody willing to sell their soul for $10,000 and a box of cook-up, and you put them to front. You see? That's how these people get the relevance. That's how boarders them get a relevance. Ready to sell their soul for $10,000 and a box of cook-up. Can't get a proper serious journalist to put a name. Right? So you can get Paggly Waggly. And he ready. Because you know why? He's so desperate. He really like loneliness, you know. He's so desperate for company. So desperate. He run out. You see? Because he's so concerned about the high morals of journalism. He's so concerned about the ethics and the high morals and values of the fourth estate. Subordinates run out. You see story? He run out wicked, stink, and dirty. I want you to fight me. Wicked stink. Some people are asking, is this what was being decided at this meeting here? Is this what was going down at this meeting here? Was it? Was it? Pantu King, Junior Holder, Darren Gilzandi, Wilmer Grant, Leslie Hampton, Andrew Griffith? Was it this that was going down at this meeting? 10,000 and a box of cook-up. Boardness, see right there. I have you see him? Boardness. Right there. Paggly Waggly. Right there. Somebody said trying to make a comeback. Melinda McKenzie. Ready to sell the soul to the devil. Go down. Jason Benjamin says not boardness, it's board mess. Just so you know, able. Jason says board mess is not boardness. Ready to sell the soul to the devil. Go down, brave. People at the church praying for you all tonight. Go down, brave. Go down, brave. You see? Takes us back to what Big Uncle Gordon said yesterday. You had some crossy minister who shouldn't even be a minister, making phone calls. You see? Making phone calls. I can understand why the GTA wants to keep, the GPA rather, wants to keep the names private. Because soon, that's why they want the names. That is why they want the names. You don't understand the Linda Booker, Peter Brown, it's phone calls they want to make. That's why they want to know who is eligible. They want to call 5,000 people. Right? Gordon says sitting government minister and his staff calling people, seeking support for backdoor people. Don't come through the back door. Come through the front door. Absolutely ridiculous, Big Uncle Gordon says. And he says this should not be encouraged and should be condemned by all media workers, including those seeking office at the upcoming GPA elections. Perfectly said. The people got to wreck up everything. They got to degrade everything. They got to broke up what they can't control. You see, they're about to start a parallel organization and the public condemn them. And if they can't have the way in the GPA, they're going to mash it up and broke it up. Wicked set of people. Wicked. Wicked set of people. Then his London Welshman, Jennifer Griffith, they're wicked, stink, and dirty. Wicked, stink, and dirty. I hope Guyanese remember when you all go to the poll on June 12th. I hope you all remember. I hope you all remember. Wicked, stink, and dirty. Hope you all remember. Y'all boy come out here telling a pack of lies. Oh, news source. We're picking up on here. Who said? Reporting. Your boys having said they're not going to change much with vending in the city. Well, you better ask the people at Providence. Because the NDC that they control in Providence, which is the Ramsburg, Eccles NDC, got some different ideas about vending. So the people in Georgetown better ask them, right? Oh, he's not going to change much with vending in Georgetown. Picking up after Mr. Norton, at the LG campaign launch for Georgetown of APNU, Mr. Norton made some comments on vending in the city. And Jagdeo, the follow me that he is, he got an original idea in the head. Right? The follow me that he is, following Mr. Norton. He made some comments too. Look the comments here, folks. Back to back. Take a look and take a listen at the comments that were made. Back to back. Take a look and take a listen. You think they're easy? You think they're easy? Those comments on vending in the city. Take a look and take a listen. Mr. Norton, I think, is up first, and then the other cross following.
Georgetown could do much better. But they're not interested in improving Georgetown. I want to warn the vendors. They are out of power in Georgetown. And every day they're moving vendors. Imagine them with power. You are obligated to vote for the APNU so that you could continue to vend. To not vote for us is to give the PPP the opportunity to take away your livelihood. And they ain't got time to take away your livelihood. They bulldoze Moko. They bury pigs except their own. And so I want the vendors to understand that the people who have your backs is the APNU. I want the businessmen to understand that Jagdeo doesn't stop when he gets power. And y'all know Kayal is engaged. If you say anything but he crucify you. Well, y'all imagine if he get Georgetown and he could use rates and taxes against you, you're dead. And so there is every reason why the private sector in Georgetown should do everything to ensure that vindictive Barra Jagdeo doesn't control Georgetown. Your interests and our interests coincide on this occasion.
You're very worried and you're scared. And that's the tone of their campaign. So that is why they have to lash out at everyone and everything and lie again to the people of Georgetown. So what I predicted that they were telling the vendors through whisper campaigns, because they're known for this, Norton actually said it publicly. We predicted they were going to do this. He said, I want to warn the vendors that they're out of power in Georgetown, and every day up news so that you could continue to vend. Something like that. It's a bit garbled, what he said. But he's saying what we predicted. They will lie to the vendors, that we will displace the vendors and clear their livelihood.
Georgetown could do much better.
So Mr. Norton said what he said. Jagdeo he lying. Jagdeo said he lying. Folks, we went out today at Providence, and I hope the vendors in Georgetown and elsewhere take the cue from the people at Providence. because they were removing the vendors to where? To nowhere. Get off the road. We don't want you all here, is what they were saying to vendors at Providence. That is what they were saying to vendors at Providence. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the closer tonight. Take a look and take a listen. Some of what we saw out front parts at Providence. Of course, the vendors we spoke to there didn't want their faces to be shown because they know how spiteful and vindictive these crosses are. They know. Take a look. Take a listen what we saw. The closer. How long you been selling out here?
Over a year.
Over a year now. They're telling us that you're a single parent?
Yes, I'm a single parent, so where they move me, where part they going to go?
Have they notified you all officially what's happening
No,
here?
they didn't put a letter in our hand and tell me, well, I have no letter showing that they want us to move, and that's very much unfair. Because where we going to go? Where we always surviving? We pay rent, we got money.
So you come out to sell this morning, and what happened?
I ain't come out to sell. People call me on the phone and tell me people moving. When I go and I ask them say they can't give me no time for move and all kind of thing. And there's a lady that come and say, all right, well, we can give you up to tonight for move your stuff. But when I move it, our really surviving, I get single parent. I get how much money I go to someone's demand. I ain't getting no money, nothing.
Wow.
No money I ain't getting. It's just that when you're selling, you're barely getting a little 5,000, 2,000 profit from make a fee for your daughter go to school when the day comes. I ain't got no other way in surviving. I ain't got no man for go to for asking nothing. Because the man ain't minding the child.
So when they move you from here, whatever happened to you, happened to you?
Happen. Me know where else happen.
You're selling on the cooler to fighting you down. You're selling on the cooler to fighting you down. Now you're getting in the caravan to come to fight you down. They ain't give you no notice in your hand. But they just come, picking up your thing and broken up everything inside. Throwing away your things. It's pretty unfair. We got children for sent to school. We still got to survive. Always an honest dollar we look for. What these people want, we go and do thief, rob. We begging somebody for looking into this because it's very unfair. It's unfair. I don't appreciate it. These people got family. I'm begging somebody for looking into this matter. After now, I don't know what I'm doing. How much I going to school? How she feeding? How she eating? How I surviving? How I pay my rent? And when the month comes, they're bringing the bill. You got to find the bill because you get no light, no water, nothing. What they want we do? What else more? I would understand if they're moving we from here and putting we somewhere else that we could get an honest dollar. But they're moving we them and putting we nowhere. Them broken up we thing. How much money for build them thing? Just to get your honest dollar. When you do get it, they're moving you. Them ain't putting you nowhere. People who get them thing in comfort, don't them the rich getting rich and the poor are staying suffer.
Is the NDC taking a tax from you?
This is the council or wherever the man just said, we know nothing. Is we just see police and some people. The government is not being fair to us. They ain't being fair at all. At all, at all. When I see her with panty Brazil on the street, then I say, well, look, she picking fair. The government, they're comfortable. This is not fair. And then when this is really not fair.
Yeah.
Uncle, this is not fair. I will glad forget a word with the government, whoever. So wherever they put me, I can go.
Yeah.
Wherever they put in me, I can go. I can know wherever I go, I can get $1.
Yes, it's not a problem moving. It's not a problem moving, but these people ain't giving you somewhere or occupying you. They ain't doing nothing. They're just moving you, telling you can't move. When you move your stuff, you got to pay extra amount of money to get it back. We ain't doing nothing illegal. It's a little chicken, a little cook up, a little water and drink we selling. It's not nothing illegal. We ain't doing nobody. We're off the road. As you could see them carving the off the road. This is very unfair. I really don't like what's going on.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Our brother is going to be here and talking to us about his struggles.
This is where people get them dollars from. This is where people get them dollars from.
We don't care.
We don't care. It's a good while.
All them people have bills, one man is buy from we.
and now we get big in the business. He want we to move from
You
here.
think that is the real issue here?
That's the real issue. Cause from day one we hear it, so when we move from it from there because of the traffic. And because of the traffic, you want we to move from it from there. From day one we hearing though. Up to just now, challenge it, they get directed. They think got to move right away and all these nonsense. How people gonna eat?
That's interesting.
All we can vend one place. All we can come together vend one place. Why they can't put in why they can't find somebody? When we go to the NDC, between Sawa and Mal, they have a big electric wire. The NDC tell me go to the Ministry of Housing forget a reserve there. They get a big electric wire for kill we.
Exactly.
Look, they could lease someone the big parking lot was the stadium on. Why they can't give a piece of the parking lot for we vend there? The whole parking lot someone get to lease. One to we will live in. One to we, the poor class of people. One to us. We can't live. Someone alone, someone and the people alone gotta live. And watch majority people on the road, it's not about race, but majority people on the road that vending here is black people. How it looking? How it looking is black people you're moving. Majority of the people that vending. All we can't get no office work. All we can't get no office work. We working for the honest dollar. If you come and organize, if you give me a place for vend, we gonna satisfy for that. How they could give the people on the seawall, organize them and tell them they can sell out. They want to be here. We need to lift up. Come on. The minister, nobody in there for come and sit down and talk with us. When we go to the NDC telling we nonsense. The chairman come out here. And when we tell him where you gonna put we, he don't want to hear that we gotta move them and no plan food. He isn't here now. He's not here now. Where you put me on the bread line, what you want we do? Go and thief? Yeah? Look how much people you put on your bread line. People with family. People with family, you put it on the bread line. You say it's one guy, you know. Why the minister's not here to sit down and make an action plan for us? If it's one guy, you know, you want me to move. Where you gonna locate us if you want me to move? If you say you're interested in the people in the country, come to the one guy and we keep preaching about, and y'all can't come here and talk to the people. Why is it that so? You come bulldozing me like we's animal. The government needs to do better. Everybody needs to live. All we can work in a government office. We young entrepreneur trying with we little hustle. Come on, if you want to do something, you could come and organize with us, the minister. When it comes to going to the quarantine, there's region place and talk with the people. Lose it now when they had the looting out the minister, more than one minister reach there to talk to the vendor. One to the vendor on Red Road. One to the vendor, the minister can't be here.
Yeah. So believe Jagdeo. Right? Believe Jagdeo. They love vendors. Believe Jagdeo Petulia boys. They love vendors, yeah. They love vendors. Nothing can change. I thought we see enough. Right? I thought we see enough. Vendors, be careful. And others. That's right on the periphery of the city. It's not 50 miles outside of Georgetown. That's right on the periphery of the city. And people being put out on the bread line. Those were the thoughts of those folks. You heard the allegations that they made. You listened to the allegations that they made. Kudawashi Braffett, Joel Ward, Elizabeth Gaskin, and all the other folks. Share the life before you go, folks. You might not have a dime to partner with us. Partner with the way. Share the live. Smash the emoji button. Partner with us in that way. Good folks. Please. And for those of you who can, we wish this program was running on water. But unfortunately, good people, friends, Romans, countrymen, unfortunately doesn't. Here's how you can help us to keep moving forward.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes. You can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's fight!
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
That's the last bell. Thanks for joining us, folks. That's our time and that's our program. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you're joining us from this evening, thanks for coming to Chisel, Chipper, Bernadette, James. We're going to see you guys right back here next week. Of course, we're off for the weekend. Folks in Bartica, look out for me tomorrow. I'm going to be on the ground there. Look out. Say hello. We don't bite on Saturdays nor on Sundays. Say hello. Horace Carla, Patrice McKenzie. Happy Mother's Day for those of you who we're not going to see back until next Monday. Happy Mother's Day to all of our hardworking mothers. Happy Mother's Day. Ayabo, Faye, and Wendy, Stacia, and Bella, Alson Cortez. Thanks for joining us this evening. Roxanne, Sandra, Auntie Sandra Hanover. Happy Mother's Day to you. Edward Gonzalez, Desmond, and Hazel. Happy Mother's Day to my Aunt Elizabeth, to my own mother, Lynette. Happy Mother's Day. Isola Allen. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Desmond and all the other folks. Thanks for joining us. See you guys right back here next week. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe. Stay safe, good folks. Out there, stay safe. That's it.